Oh, good evening. It's a beautiful set of balloons. I want to make sure I see everybody. Welcome, everybody. My name is Rick Lopez. I'm proud superintendent of Garland, USA. Today we're here to celebrate Superintendent Scholars, your children. Give them a round of applause. While I go over what this is really about, I want to introduce some high-impact people. Many people do not understand the impact a quality board has. You see, whenever things have significance, that's a dollar amount, over $75,000 of investment, the board has to approve it. The board has to review it. The board has to go through it and say, this is worth the children's investment in children, or this is not. And many times they scrutinize everything with a fine-tooth comb because they want what's best for your children. This is one of the programs that they've invested in, and we've seen great gains since. So please thank them, because the legacy started here, not here. So our board president, Mr. Jed Reed. Our vice president, Mr. Johnny Beach. Secretary, Robert Selders. Trustee, Linda Griffin. Trustee, Jamie Miller. Chief Financial Officer, aka Show Me the Money, Brent Ringo. Down on the floor, we have our Chief Academic Officer, whose team went ahead and put this together, Dr. Jovan Wells. We have area directors, Ron Griffin and Ray Merrill. Where are you all at? Okay, they're somewhere. They're hiding. We have director right over here to my left, Miss Dr. Rhonda Davis. Please stand to be recognized. The people that make it happen each and every day. First of all, let's recognize our counselors. Counselors, stand to be recognized. Are you in the house? Woo! Counselors rock. Assistant principals, any assistant principals? Oh. Why aren't you all sitting together? I'm kind of worried. Principals, where are our principals? Stand to be recognized. Oh, there we go. There we go. Welcome, welcome. Our entertainment this evening is going to come from North Garland, the string quartet directed by Miss Adriana Garza. And the committee that planned this reception, could you please stand to be recognized? Right there. All right. So the Superintendent's Scholar Program is designed to improve academic achievement in GISD's students. Many sophomores here tonight took the Duke Tip Scholar Test at 7th grade. Many of you remember that. They're first experiencing challenging the ACT or SAT. And as sophomores, you had the opportunity to take the PSAT or the NMSQT. That's the national qualifier to be a merit scholar. What it doesn't talk about in merit scholars is, parents, in order to qualify on that October test of the PSAT, your son or daughter has to score in the 99.6 percentile or higher. So out of everybody that's testing in this Texas region, that's what they're scored against at that time. And they have to be less than 0.5% of the highest quartile. I want you to think about that. Then they get those guys and girls, and they put them for the SAT, and they say, go at it, and they have to be at the same highest quartile again. So it's statistically impossible for everybody to make it twice, because you still got from all the finalists, then from them who take the test, you have to be part of the 99.6 quartile again to become a semifinalist. That's what we're celebrating here today. Duke Tip Scholars, you're on the way. It's huge. It's a national recognition to be a Duke Tip Scholar. It's something that everybody understands across the nation. And your goal is to be up here one day to be a national merit finalist. That is the goal. So with Duke Tip Scholars, the Duke University Identification Program identifies academically talented 7th graders based on the performance on the SAT or ACT. This year, we're proud to present 22 state scholars and 1 grand scholar. So if you're 22 state scholars, please stand to be recognized. You know who you are? Duke Tip 22. All right. Please be seated. And our 1 grand scholar, please stand to be recognized. There we go. Duke Tip Scholars, your scores, even at this early stage in your academic career, clearly show you have the capability, the potential, the gift to undertake phenomenal feats in high school as you ready yourself for college, career, and life. This brings me to our recognition of our 10 seniors who, by virtue of their outstanding scores, were recently named National Merit Semifinalists. Could those 10 seniors please stand to be recognized? To be double digits in this category is a phenomenal feat for any school district. Most school districts hope for 1 or 2. Maybe 3. They'll throw like a big old parade. We've consistently had double-digit numbers in this category for the past 3 or 4 years. Now, 8 of these seniors recently named National Merit Finalists. Could those 8 stand to be recognized? They exemplify the qualities of scholarly achievement. They were once in the same position as those 7th graders, just embarking on their academic journey. And together, you will celebrate your outstanding achievements tonight. To our scholars, tonight the spotlight's on you. You've earned it. You put the work while balancing student leadership, academic course loads, extracurricular commitments, and everything that your parents put on your shoulders beyond that, and you still strive for the best. You have met challenges from your teachers, your counselors who continue to encourage you to excel. Made your families proud by demanding academic excellence. You represent the best and brightest that Garland ISD has to offer. Parents, it's not easy growing up as a teenager these days. I think you realize that. Some of us look at these teenage years and it seems foreign to us. Those weren't our teenage years. It's harder. Social media. Peer pressures. More kids are specializing at an early age, and they're not sometimes socially mature enough for that. There's a lot of pressures that are going out there, and despite all those hurdles, your son or daughter made it here tonight. Think about what they have overcome, and think about the virtue and the focus they've exhibited over those 4 years that they've been a high school student. I congratulate you on that. I have teenagers. I know it's not easy. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you one of our champions for children, our very own board president, Mr. Jed Reed. Who's GT?
As a former teacher, I want to be able to see the people I'm talking at. You know, you get that eye contact. The balloons were in the way. Sorry about the designer. All right. 34 years ago, the Board of Education, and 34 years ago, I was a teacher in the Garland ISD, established this program of recognition so that we could recognize the hard work, the outstanding efforts of both our students and our parents. Because without parents, these students could not achieve. We are very grateful, we are very thankful that you as parents have entrusted your students to us for that large segment of the day, and we want to return that by bringing forth the greatest programs, the greatest opportunities, and the most outstanding impacts on their lives for their future. And this is building towards their future. So, tonight we look at 7th graders, we look at sophomores, we look at seniors. Each stage along the way creates a significant transition in their education and in their build-up for that final goal, and that's graduation. And graduation for many of the seniors is just right around the corner. And so that is just a stepping stone into the future. It's one step forward in your path for success, whatever that might be, whether it be college, whether it be career, or whether it be the military. So as a former history teacher, I got a few quotes that I think is important, and something that centers on the focus and the power of success and education. First of all, Winston Churchill, Prime Minister of England during World War II, said the empires of the future are the empires of the mind. Not materialism, not success, not achievement, but the power of the mind is what our future is. And to create that power, we have to study, we have to look at things, we have to analyze things, we have to understand both sides. It's not just understanding what you believe, it is understanding what others believe and having the ability to listen. Many times in the world today, we don't listen enough because we're too intense and self-drawn to our phones or our tablets or our computer. But we need to grow, we need to expand, we need to interact, we need to connect in those discussions and in that relationship of talking. And that is what we need to prepare for. So we need to look at things, we need to look at knowledge, and knowledge comes from books. Sometimes on the internet, sometimes in your handheld device, but many times in those things you take off the shelf and open up and touch and feel. And underline and highlight and focus on and dog-ear the pages. So Churchill also said, books in all their variety offer the human intellect the means whereby civilization may be carried triumphantly forward. As the leaders of the next generation, you're carrying civilization forward. You're making a change. You're making an impact on all of us. And while you're being honored here tonight, many of your peers are working and striving and learning, and it is your opportunity to extend them the hand of peer support, to support them in their efforts and in their successes and in their scholarship. Because all of us can achieve. All of us can make a significant impact. And that is our hope upon the future generations of America. Because, as Eisenhower said, for every obstacle there is a solution. Persistence is the key. The greatest mistake is giving up. Never, ever give up. You may fail, but you never give up. You may not achieve all of your goals, but you never give up. You keep striving, you keep moving forward, you keep putting out that effort, because through that effort comes success. And finally, John F. Kennedy stated, never let your fear hold you back from pursuing your hopes. Have goals, have hopes, have dreams, pursue those, share those, focus on those. So as a representative of the Board of Trustees, we congratulate you on your honor. We support you in your success. We look forward in your achievements. We hope that you return to us in our community and in our schools as your future leaders, and we have your best hopes and interests at heart. So congratulations to each and every one of you.
So the first thing about Scholars Academy is that it's a super low stress environment. It's very easy to learn. You don't feel pressured.
As soon as you walk in, you get this vibe and it's very chill, and the teachers are so welcoming.
They didn't really make me feel bad when I got stuff wrong. They encouraged me to find another way.
They really taught me the strategies for taking the test more than actually knowing the things that are on the test.
I just liked the atmosphere of it. Having all the kids around me that were at the same place as me really helped me to feel confident in myself and what I was doing.
No pressure whatsoever. You're just there to get better and to learn.
It's fun. I don't know how else to word that. It's just very fun whenever you go. You wouldn't expect it as much.
We have a lot of fun. The teachers there, There's no stress on us. It's just teaching.
It's in a relaxed atmosphere, surrounded by coaches that are cheering them on and ready for them to take on the world.
You know, not just like a summer job to me, it becomes a lot of fun because I get to think about things differently. I get to, you know, encourage them to think differently.
It wasn't school at all. I mean, I showed up late a lot, and then I had to volunteer at the hospital on some days, so it was easy for me to switch to the afternoon session.
There was not that many students, so teachers could really focus on what you needed.
It's all kids who are there to like grow and learn, and that helps me because my surroundings, I adapt to them.
The program, since it was so preparatory, it really helped me in calming down before the test.
It made it seem so easy to take the test, which I thought before was really hard, it was almost impossible.
And all of the practice, it made me a lot more confident.
It was reinforcing what you know and making yourself a better thinker.
As tests came around, I was able to be prepared and feel better going into it rather than feeling high-strung and stressed.
It instilled so much confidence in my son before he took the SAT.
You're not going to get this anywhere else. Just all the extra tests you need to take.
I really cannot recommend it enough because it provided me with a support system of great teachers and other students who really did provide me with a lot of support and encouragement along the way.
We invest in these scholars beyond the 12 days in the summer.
I care about them, and I care about learning. GISD board has said, you know what, we want to offer this to our kids free of charge.
GISD covers the cost of Scholars Academy and provides transportation from neighboring schools.
The school's paying for this, so it's like a huge opportunity. You don't want to just pass it up.
You probably have to pay somewhere between $900 and $1,000 just to do the course that GISD offers to you for free.
The reality is that I probably would have never considered an SAT prep camp because money can't just be thrown around anywhere.
It says volumes about the commitment of our district and our school board and our leadership that says we don't want to just prepare kids for college. We want to prepare them for college and beyond.
Even if you don't think that you're going to get something from the course, the likelihood is that you will. Just because of the teachers that are helping out with it, just because of the book. The book is just so good.
Our program participants receive a Princeton Review course book and access to the Princeton Review portal through the PSAT and MSQT in October.
They made sure we went through the whole book before summer was over, and they really made me feel comfortable in the environment.
Our past participants have boasted of a selection index score increase of 20 to 30 points, an overall score increase of 150 points to 200 points.
I went up 100 points.
Over about 200 points.
I had a 200-point increase.
My PSAT score went up 100 points. Over 100 points.
180 points.
200 points. My scores went up by 150 points. Who wouldn't want that?
To be able to show this through my test scores and kind of get that recognition, it was kind of it was a proud moment for me.
If you have two scholarship applicants that look pretty much the same in terms of their extracurriculars and GPA, that SAT score is something that's going to make you really stand out.
Our students are sending emails, text messages saying, I received $59,000 from this school, $99,000 from this university. This college is paying me to go to school.
I'm getting half of my fees paid for just because of my SAT scores.
It definitely helped, and it's not going to harm your score at all. It's only going to improve it.
They've already shown the potential. We just walk alongside them to get them a little bit further.
Right, there's nothing to lose by giving up some of their time. There's only so much that they could gain.
It's an absolute life-changing opportunity. Don't miss it.
Make sure to be a part of the Superintendent Scholars program because you will not regret it.
Join Scholars.
Say that again.
Join Scholars.
I'd like to add that last year's Rising Scholars who elected to participate in Scholars Academy increased their PSAT scores by an average of 116 points, compared to only 60 points for those who chose not to participate. Some of them increased their scores by as much as 170 to 250 points. The majority of these students are being honored this evening as Superintendent Scholars and invited to participate in yet another summer program to prepare them for the PSAT and MSQT this October. Please stand at this time if you were invited as a 9th grader to participate in Scholars Academy. Don't be shy. Stay standing if you plan on participating in either Katy College Prep or Scholars Academy this summer. Let's give these kiddos a round of applause. That's a 2-year commitment, folks. Good evening. My name is Danae Taylor, College and Career Facilitator for the district. Each year, 1.6 million juniors take the PSAT. In early September, about 16,000 students, or approximately 0.5% of the highest scoring students per state, are notified by the National Merit Scholarship Corporation that they have qualified as National Merit semifinalists. The stated goals of National Merit are to honor the nation's scholastic champions and encourage the pursuit of academic excellence. National Merit then provides scholarship application materials to the semifinalist. To be considered a National Merit Scholarship, semifinalists must advance to finalist standing. Students designated as finalists have taken the SAT and earned scores that confirm their high achievement on the PSAT. In February, about 15,000 semifinalists are notified that they have advanced to the National Merit finalist standing. High school principals are notified and provided with a certificate to present to each finalist. This year, we have 2 National Merit semifinalists and 8 National Merit finalists. This is a special group of scholars, and we are very proud to celebrate their academic achievement. Garland ISD 2019 National Merit semifinalist, please come forward when you hear your name. Corbin Tate. Garland ISD 2019 National Merit finalist, please come forward when you hear your name. Nicholas Dominguez Carrero. Norman Chung. Kelly Long. Keaton McGill. John McKelvey. Julie Wynn. And Koa Pham. Thank you to the parents, teachers, counselors, PSAT coaches, and campus administrators who've encouraged them along the way. At this time, Dr. Jovan Wells and Dr. Rhonda Davis will recognize our Superintendent Scholars, then we'll recognize our Duke Tip Scholars.
Good evening. We're thrilled to be able to recognize our Superintendent Scholars. Students, we'll begin calling your name. We'll have you line up over here, and we'll receive awards across the stage. First, we have Jeremiah Abraham. Sade Adenuga. Niley Alejandre. Lucas Alexander. Catherine Armada. William Ashcraft. Alvin Bagaisen. Catherine Ballard. Jamal Bloom. Jason Bloom. Sebastian Colon. Hannah Cutright. Alina Dam. Tiffany Din. Maral DC. Jeremiah Doe. David Doan. Araf Dominguez. Quinn Eldridge. Tisha Gautam. Kaylee Girk. Zachary Gilmore. Gavin Greenwood. Megan Ganal. Israel Haley. Claire Haney. Karina Hernandez. Douglas Hill. Amy Hunn. Ansel John. Connor Johnson. Randolph King. Obed Emmanuel Lastic Lelion. Angel Lay. Ashley Leben. Lydia Lynn. Humara Mahmood. Nathan McMillan. Damian Mendoza. Sydney Munyon.
Philip Nelson. Don Viet Nguyen. Ko Nguyen. Kenny Nguyen. Joseph Nunez. Anais Olivas. Alexandra Ontiveros. Michelangelo Pacheco. Brandon Pham. Caleb Potts. Jewel Quathium. Tamila Radhakrishnan. Joshua Reyes Cruz. Paxton Ryland. Victoria Reisner. Arely Rivera. Thank you. Eric Roach. Cole Robertson. Jesus Rodriguez. Elizabeth Rushing. Mason Schlottholt. Tanner Schubert. Jordan Scott. Trevor Scott. Connor Sita. Logan Sharp. Reese Smith. Grant Swallow. Gabriella Terwilliger. Vivian Ty. Jonathan Thomas. Thank you. Caitlin Tran. Anthony Tran. Travis Truong. Warren Tyler. Jacob Wendling. Next, we will recognize our Duke Tip Scholars. James Ali. Antonio Demafelix. Michelle Hoang. Angeline Hulkowicz. Melania Jetawo. Jessica Jones. Stephen Wynn. Jonathan Ontiveros. Ashley Pham. Amira Robinson. Alexandria Simmons. Nian Tran. Samantha Verasi. Phi Vu. I want to thank all of you again for being here tonight and for supporting your students in their endeavor to be fantastic scholars in Garland ISD. And I know, students, that you are proud to be here tonight, and we are excited to offer you the opportunity to improve your scores even more, to raise the bar even higher for yourselves as you prepare not only to finish high school, but beyond. And we know that you have a lot of things that are great in store for you. And I'd like to echo what Mr. Reed said. We hope that many of you will bring your talents back to this area and that you will be a big part of Garland, Rowlett, and Saxe in the future as well as you are right now. We are so appreciative of the work that you do each and every day to become better students. So thank you. Let's give these kids one more round of applause. Again, thank you for being here this evening. Please enjoy yourself, socialize, and stick around for a little while. We are very grateful to you for coming tonight again, and thank you. That concludes our ceremony this evening.